Now moving on to deluge valve. Right? So the meaning of deluge is flood. So this valve is used with open sprinklers. When there is a fire, it will open and all the sprinklers will discharge the waters. From this side, the water is coming, and from this side, water is going on. Now deluge valve uses the open sprinklers, right? We don't have any valve to fuse. So the water is always below before this the assemblies, right? So it is a fire detection system detect the fire, give signal to the solenoid valve, and those valve will give signal to open the valve into this sub of the arrangement. Now, if you can see here, right, we have a rubber, right, elastomer or a rubber, we can say. Now this one closed, so we are getting water from this side, but this valve is closed the water into to the discharge line, to the top one. Now, as I explained in the previous video regarding the dry pilot actuator, right? This is the dry pilot actuator. This is connected to this location, right? And it is pressurized this one, right? It is pressurized this one, and when there is a fire, sprinkler system fuse, the air coming from this side, and when the sprinkler system fuse, the air pressure decrease into tight pilot actuators, causing the water to flow from the drain connection, from the drain valve. And once the pressure differentiate in this area, the valve will be loosened, and from this side water pressure will be started going to this side. So this is the basic function of the deluge valve, right? This just work on the differential chamber pressures because of this elastomer, because of this rubber, and it's closed at this condition, right? Here we have a drain connection to drain the water system in case of the fire, and you want to put the system into the surface. Okay, this is all about the deluge valve. We will discuss in detail when we are going to the risers with all the connection. Now coming to the mechanical accelerator, right? And we call it also quick opening devices, right? If we want to open the dry pipe valve in shorter duration of time, right? We need some kind of the quick opening devices. We call it the mechanical accelerator, right? If you can, if you can see this one, right? This is a differential chambers, and we have a plunger, right? So plunger pressurized with this lever. It is go up and down due to the difference in the pressure. So if there is a fire, right, so those differential chamber, and here we have a pilot chamber, the inlet line. When there is a fire, when this normally installed with the dry pipe system or pre-axle system, right? So when there is a fire, it is speed up the process of opening dry pipe valve. If there is a loss of pressure more than 1 psi per minute, so there is loss of pressure more than 1 psi per minute, it will speed up it will open the discharge line, the air will speed up the opening of the dry pipe valve, and hence the system discharges the water to the fire protection system. Now as for the NFPA 7.2.3.3, right, they have given some of the size. NFPA says that this device we need only for risers which have capacity more than 500 GPM, right? So if the capacity is less than 500 GPM, we don't need quick opening devices. And again, NFPA further elaborate in 7.2.3 and 3 that what is the time duration when there is a fire detected, a sprinkler system fuse, and what is the time required to water reach up to the most remote sprinklers. Let's say in the light hazard occupancies, right, we need the most remote sprinkler. If there is one sprinkler activated in case of the fire, within 60 seconds of the detection of the fire, the fuse of the sprinklers, the water should reach to that location and discharges the water. Now moving on further to the ordinary hazard, right? For the ordinary hazard, the NFPA says 7.2.3.3 of NFPA says for the ordinary hazard 1 and 2, if there is 2 number of sprinkler is activated, the water should reach to the most remote sprinkler within 45 seconds. Moving on to the further one, which is extra hazard 1 and 2, right? If suppose in extra hazard 1 and 2 we have 4 sprinkler activated within 40 minutes, water should go to the most, sorry, 40 second water should go to the most remote location, and if the high file storage is there, the requirement is the 40 second. So this is just like a opening device, right? When drive 5 try to open, at that time it will just give the extra pressure in the differential chamber to push the clapper to open fastly, and then water will discharge to the the space makers and fire will be extinguished. So we need only with a system capacity of higher than 500 GPM. Keep in mind, as per NFPA, it says that the dry pipe system, the maximum capacity of dry pipe system should be only 750 GPM, right? So if you are going up to that, we have only difference of the 250 GPM. In those areas we need that. We might need that, we might not need this one as per requirement of the NFPA. Now moving on to the pressure switch, right? So we have Porter pressure switch. It is PS42 supervisory switch. We call it supervisory switch. It is approved by FM Global and even listed. It will give us the difference of the pressure. If pressure goes down, right? If pressure goes down, it will give us signal that pressure is low in the system. If pressure goes high, it will also give us the signal that the pressure is going up and down based on the requirement. Now this is the water line directly coming inside the pipe, and we have the two settings. If you can see this side, if you can rotate this one by doing, we will just set the pressure. You can see this is a high pressure alarm, right? High pressure supervisory signal, and this side we have low pressure supervisory signal. So this will work as a high pressure or low pressure supervisory system. It might be, you can see in air lines of the dry pipe system or in the water supply line, where we want to monitor the pressure into the system, and we want to check those at a constantly manned location like a fire alarm control panel or any kind of the approved locations. The last one we have with the whiteboard, we call it dry pipe valve. This is one, we have a dry pipe valve, right? So this is the clapper, right? The clapper again. If there is a fire, the clapper, the water from the bottom will come and you will open the clapper, right? So now once this clapper opens, it will keep open and the water will be keeping like this one, right? So if you want to reset that one, nowadays we have a good option with that. We just put the reset knob. When you put the reset knob, it will go to the seat, right? So if you can take it out, in the case of the fire, the clapper opens, water is going to the system to fight the fire, and after that one you have to put the system into the service. At that time we need to do some of the resetting procedures as per the data sheet of the manufacturer. You just put it, just press it, and it will be closed and put in the service. Now there is some basics mathematics behind that, which says that the pressure, the air pressure, 20 to 30 psi of air pressure is much more enough to hold a water pressure of 100 psi. So it is like 1 to 3 ratio or 1 is to 5 ratio. Let's say the water pressure from the bottom, the water pressure is around 100 psi, and the air pressure to hold this clapper is around 25 to 30 psi or 33 psi. Now there is an obvious question coming into your mind: how the 25 psi of the air pressure is holding 100 psi of water, right? So here comes the principle, basic mathematical principle, right? Normally, I will explain again. The dry pipe system is closed from the top side by the air pressure, and from the bottom side it is the water pressure. So if water pressure is 100 psi, 25 psi of air is much more enough to hold this clapper in closed position. We discussed in the dry pipe system, we don't want to allow water to going inside the building unless there is a fire, because if water is going before that one, the water will freeze. Now we cannot allow the movement of water in those locations. So the idea of the differential pressure is that we know the basic formula for the pressure. The pressure equals to force by area, right? This is the basic formula. Pressure equals force by area. Now you can see this is the area of cross section for the air side, and the bottom you can see the area of the cross section for the water side. So this area is much more lesser than this area, right? So if you apply the pressure into those formulas, the area we have higher area in this method. So this higher area will give multiplied of pressure much more higher to hold the water pressure. So if there is a fire, right? If there is a fire and the sprinkler system detect the fire and the bulb fuse of the sprinkler system, from the top side air is started increasing the pressure. Now when it reduces the pressure, the water pressure will force the clapper to open due to high pressure from the water, and the clapper will open and the water will go. The higher pressure of the water will keep it at pressure, right? So once the system activate, fire extinguish. Now you have to put the system into the service. Then we have a reset knob. We just put the knob to put the clapper into the seat. We don't have to open the main plate to adjust the setting from the inside. So this is all about dry pipe valve. Thank you.